Jai Shri Gurudev. Good morning, students. I hope everybody have solved the problems which I gave yesterday. In the previous class, we were studying about the units of pressure, the factors affecting pressure. We studied two factors. One is the area of the surface on which thrust acts, and other one is the magnitude of thrust acting on the surface. Here we took an example of a block and we saw two activity related to these factors. Students, in today's class we are going to study about few examples of pressure in our daily life. That means you have seen the pressure in your daily life. Now let us go through with that examples. So examples of pressure in our daily life. So first one, decrease in area increases the pressure. That means when a person is standing, what happens there? The thrust will be more. There the pressure will also be more. Why the pressure will be more when the person is standing? Because it has got very less area. So let us go with the first example. A nail or a board pin has one end pointed and sharp while other end is blunt and flat. You all have seen a nail in the previous class I have shown you. So nail, it has got sharp end on one side and the blunt and flat end on the other side. On applying force, the pointed end will exert greater pressure as the R of contact is small. Hence it will go deep into the surface. That means when we apply the force on a blunt flat end, the nail will enter into the surface. So this is the picture of the nail. You can see here in this picture of the nail. So this is the sharp end and this is the flat and blunt end. So when you hammer on this flat and blunt end, the nail will go deeper into the surface. So decrease in area increases the pressure. That means this area should be very small for the nail to get inside the surface. So this is the first example. And the second one is the cutting tools like a blade, knife, axe, etc. have very sharp edges. You have seen the blade, right? It has the very sharp edge. And you have seen a knife in your kitchen. So knife has also got a very sharp edge. Axe will be used to cut the wooden things. So here axe will also have a sharp edge. These sharp edges have a very small area of contact. So the pressure applied by a force is more. So here all these cutting tools have got a very sharp edges, and how will be the area? Whether it will be the large or very less, the area will be very small here. You can see in this figure, knife, you have got a very sharp edge for this knife, and you can see axe, you have got a sharp edge. Similarly, nail, pin and a pair of scissors, everything has got a sharp edge. So by applying a force, the pressure applied will be more. Why the pressure will be more here means because the area is very small. That means a sharp edge we can see here. Let us go for the next example. The point heels of footwear exerts more pressure on the ground than the regular flat heels. So here you have seen a footwear. So footwear is of flat heels and a point heels. So Therefore, a lady with pointed heel sandals finds it difficult to walk on a muddy road than on a tar road. So this is the image of a heel. It is a pointed heel. Now when the lady with a pointed heel sandals find too difficult to walk on a muddy road. Why she find difficult to walk on a muddy road? Because, observe carefully, this has a very sharp edge here. So when the lady is walking on a muddy road, she will exert a more pressure. Why she is exerting a more pressure? Because this is of smaller area. So she find difficult to walk on a muddy road than on a tarred road. So let us go for a fourth example. A narrow-heeled sandal of a girl hurts more than broad-heeled shoe of a boy. Usually boys will wear a shoe that has a broad heel and the girls will wear the sandals which have narrow, that means a pointed heels. So the narrow-heeled sandal of girls hurts more than broad-heeled shoe of a boy. Why means? Because more pressure is exerted by the girl than that the pressure exerted by the boy. Because the boy's shoe is of narrow heel and the girl's shoe is of pointed heel. Here you can see both the figure. You can see the heels here. So it is of sharp edge here, but here you can see the flat end. Which has got less area? The girl's heel has got less area. That means in which case the pressure is more. In the girl's heels, the pressure will be more. So that is the reason we have given the narrow-heeled sandal of a girl hurts more than broad-heeled shoe of a boy. Okay, students.